Welcome everyone back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. My name is DFree, and in this we're going to go ahead and talk about what you would need to know and the things that you would need to do in order to make the new EZA Piccolo 100% fully maxed out and all that stuff in preparation for his Extreme Z battle that will be coming as later date approaches pretty much. I don't know off the top of my head, but you can check the news and you'll see it. But anyways, I hope you all enjoy. Of course, subscribe if you're new for more content here on the channel. And like I said, we're going to go ahead and cover everything that you need to know. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into this. So, Piccolo, first and foremost, they gave one out for logging in. So, you should have one either way. There's nothing you need to do to get a copy. You have one, you are good to go. But if you take a look here, this is the stage info, and it says right here, Stage 3 is a stage that does drop the Piccolo. I do need to go back and finish these stages. Sometimes I like to leave them, just kind of sitting there and come back and do it when I need the stone. But anyways, that being said, Stage 3 is a stage that does drop the actual Piccolo, and alongside with him, the potential orbs that you would need to finish off your Piccolo. Momentarily, we will talk about the amount of potential orbs you would need as well to finish off your Piccolo. We'll get to that in a moment. So, when it comes to this stage, it's just like the Goku Jr. stage, the Bulma stage, the Gohan stage, and of course, probably going to be the exact same thing when it comes to the Goten and Trunks, because there's a Goten and Trunks that's coming that'll be pretty much like Piccolo. They just won Extreme Z battle. Goten, Trunks, and Marin, to be fair. So, far left side is the small orbs, middle side is the medium orbs, far right side is the large orbs, and otherwise there is a special route that you can go down that allows you the same flexibility, small orbs, mediums, and large orbs in the very back there before you finish off the entirety of the stage. So this stage is interesting because it also, again, does allow you to drop a Piccolo. Now, I haven't seen the specific conditions as far as like what you would need to get over here. I assume it's a Nimbus, but that would be like right after him probably, and there's not one on this chance, so there's nothing I can do about that right now. Otherwise, let's go ahead and proceed because I myself do need to go ahead and accumulate these items as well. So as it pertains to the amount of orbs that you would need for Piccolo, make sure you do write this down because I kind of just have it on the side here. You need a grand total of 6,540 of the small orbs. You also need 3,530 of the medium orbs, and then you need 346 of the large orbs for Piccolo as well. So that's what you would need. Again, you need 6,540 for the small orbs. You also from there would need 3,530 for the middle orbs, and then 346 for the large orbs. And that is how you finish off Piccolo once you have farmed those. So again, those are only acquirable on this stage. So yes, you'll have to kind of go back and forth between this stage, your unit, see what you do need, see what you don't need. Sometimes you get the extra portion of the stage. You can, go get those extra orbs. Sometimes you won't, kind of like I did this time. But again, you should be able to do it. It shouldn't take super long because the drops aren't that bad, I would say. Like, you should have this done. Like, if you really put, your mind to it, you should have it done in a day or two. Shouldn't be that bad. And also, you have the option of using stones for refill if that's something that you would like to do, of course. I'm not going to pressure you into that. So, there we go. First completion of this stage, and that is all that we really needed to do. And we were able to pick up some orbs. Let's see how much we got and what we got. I mainly went down the middle route, so that's all I really should get. So, I think he drops large, though, if you fight him, apparently. Okay, so we got a bunch of large orbs and the medium orbs. Okay. So that's interesting. Wasn't paying 100% attention to the orbs that we're dropping, but we got a lot of orbs nonetheless. So that's pretty much how that breaks down. So when it comes down to other things, right? You might be wondering like, hey, are there other ways to get Piccolo? Because as you saw, I went through that entirety of the stage, did not get a single Piccolo. Well, yes, just like the other events, there are other options to go ahead and pick up more characters. So when it comes to this here, I want to go ahead and kind of move this off to the side. So we do have missions, right? So there are mission rewards that you can go ahead and complete in relation to this new Piccolo event. First and foremost, by collecting the frog item, which I'll talk about momentarily. It's very easy. You get all these items here, Goku Ginyu unit, cool, I guess. You get some stones, a funky Kai. So totally want to go ahead and, collect your frog items. It's very simple, not really much you have to do. Otherwise, was we kind of just scroll back down to where we were pretty much. There are some more for completing like stages of the Ginyu Force event, which is the event that we're taking out the Piccolo Fearsome Ginyu Force. There are like other things you can get. such as items and, apparently medals and stuff like this. So here's the Piccolo-centric stuff. So unlocking 2 of Piccolo's hidden potential routes does allow you to get a copy of him. Unlocking 3 of them is another copy. So again, these are just the routes that are, I'm saying routes and routes all over the place. These are the ones that are just kind of locked off that you need a dupe to unlock, pretty much. So you do need an extra copy of Piccolo to do it. So you'd be good to go. Again, you do start off with 1, so you'd be fine at the very minimum. So again, unlocking 1, or 2, then 3, then 4. Here's the 1 down here, by the way. So unlocking 1 gives you another copy, so you can unlock another one. When you unlock another one, you get another copy, so you can do another one. You can immediately go back and get these copies and get this done. So once you do have them done, you then from there need to activate percentage-based percentages of his potential system. So 10% of his potential system would be enough to get you another copy. 20%, another copy, 30%, 40%. 50% actually does not drop a copy, but it gives you a hourglass that you would need to reverse your units if you need to do that. You would do this with Piccolo typically if you made some sort of mistake, you did not max out his super attack, because yes, you do want to max out his super attack, because you will find out as you get into upgrading his potential, or his potential, if you have not maxed out his super attack, then you'd be kind of limited. So let me go ahead and rebuff what I was saying. So here's the deal. You start off with 1. In running the stages, you obviously will get some more to drop. They probably don't have a very good drop rate from what I saw, but you'll get more to drop. So what you're going to want to do, and this is my idea as far as like what you want to do, you would want to just unlock the super attack levels kind of first, and then from there unlock some of the paths as well. Do it in the middle, like kind of unlock like I say 5 or 6. And then start putting it into the routes as well, because then from there you'd still be able to activate hidden potential. You can even potentially unlock the potential system before even unlocking any of the paths, because you can still fill in orbs, into the unit before you even unlock any paths for the unit, which would then still pretty much unlock these extra dupes for you. You can then from there feed into his routes, so you'd be fine. So that being said, 60%, 70%, 80%, 90%. So you'd be fine. And then 100% is actually a little bit different. I believe that one is here it is, a Grand Kai. So you'd be fine, or Elder Kai, excuse me. You would be fine as far as that one is concerned. Do not use this as Piccolo. Just please don't. Hold it. Use it on a better unit. And then from there, there's not really much else as it pertains to Piccolo specifically. But we will be getting a Super Saiyan Goten Kid. Oh, this is the EZA. Okay. I was like, wait, what? But we will be getting the EZA event for this Piccolo in the future, so you're going to want to make sure that you do 100% him. So the last little bit, the cool thing about this Piccolo is he starts off as an SR, or an SSR, excuse me, as opposed to an SR. So the last little bit is you do need to Dokkan Awaken him into a... So if you come over here, we are now on Global. So when it comes to Global, well, it doesn't matter. This is JP versus Global. It's the same thing. There is one other thing that you need to do. So the frogs are dropping on stage 8. If you need to farm the frogs, go all the way to stage 8. Really easy. I ran it one time and I had like over 20 to drop. It's very easy to farm the freaking frogs. But stage 6, Guru in Peril, there is a nail medal that you do need to drop. You need 5 of those items in order to awaken your Piccolo. So they do not drop apparently from mission rewards. You have to farm them on that stage, but they're not very hard to drop. I ran it a couple of times and I got a couple from what I saw anyways. Maybe the experience will be a little bit different for you, but again, you do need to do that. You need 5 copies again to awaken your Piccolo into his TUR state. So if we bounce over to Piccolo himself, if it lets me, there we go. And if you look at the bottom, again, 5 and 100k Zenny. So moving on, here is the Transcendent UR Piccolo. So ultimately, again, if you followed everything I said, and it wasn't too out of place, forgive me if it was, we'll just recap it really briefly, you should be sitting on this Piccolo here at 100% max super attack. So again, my tips would be to, if you don't have the dupes, like you can continue to farm the orbs until you have enough. The numbers that I pointed out earlier, 6,000, 3,000, and 300, a little bit higher than that, but still, if you have those numbers, you farm it all, chances are you probably got some drops. If you got the drops, you really don't need to kind of do the thing where I was saying, like, hey, maybe you feed a few into the super attack, and then from there, up the potential increase, and then the percentage of the potential, and then from there, get the dupes because you up the potential, and then from there, open the paths of the units, right? If you have all the dupes from the beginning, it doesn't really matter, and the ones from the missions just kind of become worthless, because you can, again, farm this character through and through, it's just going to be a very bad drop rate. That's typically the case when it comes to farming these characters from all these types of events, just like this, where they have their own orbs specifically, unless they're the Ginyu Force characters specifically. So, you know, just if you've done everything I said, that was my pretty much recap. You should be seeing on this Piccolo here, who offers 2 ki and 30% to all stats. And this is pre-EZA stuff. 50% attack and defense, attack plus 10%, a ki plus 1 in addition per rainbow sphere obtained, and assimilate when conditions are met. They fuse, assimilate. So he transforms pretty much. So when he's maxed out at 140, leader skill changes to Namekian's category, offering 3 ki and 77%, and an AGL category 2 ki, or AGL types 2 ki and 30% boost. Passive gets bumped up to 60, and he gets an additional 12% attack, which is insane for a unit like this, and 2 ki per rainbow orb obtained. And again, they do have the chance to transform as well, so you'd be good to go. So that's pretty much it, guys. Make sure you do follow that guide through and through. There are little ways that you can kind of tweak it to do it the way that you want to. Like I just said, if you have the dupes, maybe you don't need to do the little tricks that I was mentioning. But the way I typically do it is I farm some orbs, then feed in the orbs, get the dupes, feed those into super attacks, and then once I have those into super attacks, I'm then able to unlock more of the potential, because they start locking you off again at a certain point with the potential and stop allowing you to increase potential until you put in more super attack, right? And I typically do that, and then from there I unlock the paths when I get to that point where I can't unlock any more of the actual percentage, which is like 50 or 55 or whatever it is on these units specifically. Then I feed in the dupes, go down that whole route, then I do it again and again and again until we are finished. And that is it. So hopefully this was helpful. Let me know if you guys have any questions or any tips in the comment section down below. That's pretty much it, guys. Have an awesome day. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you all in the next Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video.